Hi, this is another video that I did this week called Off to School We Go. I started with that striped piece of paper. I kind of experimented with some other pieces. I'm getting down to the nitty-gritty of my Studio Calico kit at this point, and I just wanted to, I knew that this layout wasn't going to use a whole lot of paper for the idea that I had, but I wanted to use one of the last pieces of paper anyways. That's an Echo Park paper from the Dots and Stripes collection. And I'm just going to doodle a frame around these pictures using the two different ends of my Zig Writer. So I'm just drawing a scalloped edge, and I'm not being too fussy about it really. I don't love my doodle. Like, I think there are a lot of people who doodle amazingly well, this kind of stuff. But I just wanted to, you only get better if you practice. So I wanted to try some doodling on this one. And I just added a couple of scallops or really scribbly scallops, to some of the edges there. And then I'm just keeping a little die cut piece over my neighbor's face because I didn't have permission from her mom at that point. And I wasn't sure if I was going to get permission to post this, so I just wanted to keep her, because it is quite a close up. Like, sometimes there'll be little tiny pictures of other people's kids, and I don't really care. Like, you can't even really recognize, it's not that I don't care, it's just that you can't really recognize them. And so I'm just taking a couple of pieces from the kit. The white shipping tag I just tucked behind. The speech bubble clip is something that Craft and Kate sent me. The hello that is inside of that speech bubble clip came in the kit. It's like it's not really a pinked star, but it's on a circle die cut, and it has like a starburst or a sunburst, or I don't know what you call that shape. And so I'm just outlining it to give it a little bit more dimension because there's so much outlining on this layout that I really wanted it to stand out. And I'm just layering it with the clip so that they're sort of overlapping a little bit. And then for the shipping tag, I just did my regular outline, and then I also outlined it in dots just to give it a bit more emphasis. And then for that speech bubble, I just outlined it and added a couple of little squiggles. And then that arrow is a printable from, I think it's from last month's Studio Calico kit, or it might be from this month's. Every month you can get a page of printables for, I think it's about $3. It's a little expensive for printables, but they are really cute. They match the kit really well, so I've been buying them most months. I just can't remember which one that one comes from. And that is the speech bubble with important that I'm stamping on right now, did come in the kit. And I'm just using my stamps. Those little tiny ones that I used for day they came in a previous kit, and they're very much like the stepping stone. And then the 1 is from the stepping stone numbers, and then the ST is from a set that a YouTuber sent me. I think they're from Seven Gypsies, but I'm not 100% sure because I took out the packaging. I'm just going to layer those elements together. And just making sure that you can see that it's an arrow and that sort of thing when I did the layering. I took that yellow chevron ribbon that came in the kit, and a few minutes ago I stapled it in a little bit of a kind of overlapping, I don't know what you'd call that shape, but I do that a lot with ribbon. I don't have a lot of great ideas of how to use ribbon. This is my badge collection. I love using flare badges, and I've collected more than I can probably use. But I do plan to use some on some cards and stuff like that. So once I start doing that, I'll start burning through my stash a little bit faster. I really wanted to use that notebook paper on the bottom one, but it wasn't quite white enough. It was a little dingy looking for all the other elements in the collection. So then I went with the butterfly, or I guess that's a ladybug. And I'm just now using a wood veneer from Studio Calico. I used a Stampin' Up! Ink pad to make it blue. That's called Tempting Turquoise. And I knew I was going to use one of those giant sequins, and it's sort of the same color blue, so I wanted to kind of just use that blue. I ended up changing it to one of the flare badges that came in the kit. It's the one that says the sweetest thing, and it has a little bit of grid behind it, and it's just a brighter white than what was on the notebook paper. And I found the ladybug was a little bit too whimsical for, like, I didn't have any other cartoony elements on it, and that ladybug, it's cute, but it was a little cartoony. Here I'm trying to use the sentiment on that banner, but I knew I didn't really, I figured that wouldn't work, but I was playing around with it a little bit. Then I just grabbed another asterisk wood veneer from Studio Calico, and I inked that in the Tempting Turquoise as well. I'm not waiting for things to dry here, so my fingers are getting inky, and I really should be taking my time. I'm surprised I didn't wreck anything because I was really in a hurry when I was doing this one. I was running out of scrapbooking time, and I was going to have to pick up my daughter from the school bus. That badge down there in the bottom never did stick with the glossy accents. I don't know what the issue was. I think there were just too many layers of things and it wasn't drying properly. And so I ended up using a glue dot a little bit later. So now I'm going through my thickers collection, and I'm just looking for some letters. I knew that the title was kind of going to be the main element on this layout. It was going to be the thing that caught your eye, because there's really not much on this layout besides a bit of doodling and some little tiny embellishments. So I wanted to pick big bright letters, and so I knew I wanted that pink font for the school right away. And I love those Amy Tangerine letters, but I don't get a chance to use them very often because they're super casual and they don't like they don't coordinate well with a whole lot of stuff. Those blue letters were just a tiny bit too baby blue, so I used my Tempting Turquoise ink pad to ink them, and they're not too different, but they are a little bit brighter, just enough to it just kind of stuck to some of the glitter but not all of it, so it just made it a little bit darker. You can't really see it on the video, it looks the same, but trust me, it is a tiny bit darker. And then once I picked all of those letters, even the little sassafras alphas that I used for the small words in the title had glitter on them. So I felt the need to glitter up the Amy Tangerine ones. So I just used my lime stickles, which I don't use stickles a whole lot, but they're good to have on hand in a variety of colors for this kind of a reason. I do use wax paper to place my alphas most of the time. And so I'm just placing down the word school, and then I'll put all the other words around it. And then I'm using those sassafras alpha stickers that I got a whole bunch of when they went on sale after they stopped making them. And I'm sort of waiting for the stickles to dry here, but I ran out of patience, so I put them on wet, and that's why I'm being very careful about not pressing them down as much as I normally would. I later on go back and press them down once the stickles are dry. And now I'm going to outline all of them just to have that title stand out a little bit. As I mentioned, the title is the main element on this layout, and I didn't do any journaling on it. And so I'm going to outline those with my, I think I'm using my .03 zig, or not zig, my .03 American Crafts Precision pens. I'm showing you some of the details there. And now you're going to see it up close. So you're going to see some of my doodling. I did it super fast, so it's not very neat, but I kind of wanted it to be not very neat looking. And this was a really quick and easy layout. It didn't use a whole lot of supplies, and I think it turned out really cute. So thanks for watching. I'll put some pictures at the end so you can have a closer look. Thanks a lot. Bye.